everyone coming in today and being willing to participate in an exciting all-day strategic planning session for the Colorado Produced Water Consortium. Just one quick housekeeping thing before we start. You guys don't have to rush. You take the time that you need in order to get it set up, but we are streaming the meeting today, and so folks in the public are able to listen in. We're not going to have public participation in our process, but the public will be able to listen to the conversations that we're going to have today, which I think are going to be really good conversations. To set us up a little bit formally here, I would like to call to order the Colorado Produced Water Consortium, our second meeting. Today is Friday, October 6th, 2023, and looking forward to the work that we're going to be doing today. Just so that folks know, because we are broadcasting this on Zoom, if you are speaking, we need to utilize the microphones. Do you want me to do roll call?
I'm just counting.
Okay.
Need names.
Okay. But the catch is that we can only have four microphones on at a time. So once you've stopped talking, you have to shut your microphone off or push it over here so that someone else can talk or something like that. That's not so that we can hear each other in the room. It's so that the folks in listening in virtually are able to hear what we have to say. So once again, I want to thank everyone from coming from all different parts of the state to participate in the Produced Water Consortium discussion today. I'm really looking forward to the conversations that we're having. I think some of the conversations are going to be super exciting. I think some of the conversations are going to be a little bit messy and a little bit challenging. And as we work through some of the things that we need to do in order to be able to develop a process and a strategic plan for the consortium, which is a new entity for us, and one that'll take a little bit of work to build the groundwork for the work that we'll be doing over the next couple of 3 years. And so looking forward to the conversation today. Want to bring up again, as I indicated in the first meeting, that I encourage us to embrace Walt Whitman, Ted Lasso, whatever you want to say. But let's be curious and not judgmental in our approach here, and really keep our minds open and our thoughts open as we discuss these different things. And we're not going to be making any groundbreaking decisions today on produced water or reuse and recycling or reduction of fresh water, but we are going to talk pretty in depth about the process that we need to undertake in order to be able to get to some of the deliverables associated in the legislation. As well as other goals and objectives we set for us within the consortium, as this is a new entity that I think has a lot of opportunity and not just limited to what's in the legislation that created the consortium. And so with that, I want to take just a quick second. I don't want to take too much time here, but I do want to acknowledge everyone that's in the room, both for those of us in the room as well as folks listening in. And so my name is John Messner. I'm a commissioner with the Energy and Carbon Management Commission, and I'm the chair of the consortium. And I'm just going to go around the room quick. If you could just say your name and the seat that you're sitting in for the consortium.
Hi, I'm Nikki Day, and I am here on behalf of the community and BPUF. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Irene Andrus, and I'm representing environmental justice for the Sierra Club.
Good morning, I'm Eric Anglin with Occidental Petroleum and serving in the experience and expertise seat for the board.
Good morning, I'm John. I'm an environmental protection specialist with the Energy and Carbon Management Commission.
Good morning, Jeff Kerwin with Terra Energy Partners, and I'm representing industry.
Hi, Tracy Kozloff from the Colorado Division of Water Resources. I'm part of the governing body.
Hi, Tessa Sorensen. I am also part of the governing body, and I am part of the Department of Public Health and Environment.
I've got this one. Or something I've got.
A mobile one, huh?
Yeah, here, grab that.
Oh, great.
And then just pass it all the way down.
Well,
I'm Clay Terry. I'm representing the group expertise and experience in produced water.
Good morning, Ember Michael. I work with Red Willow Production Company, and we are owned by the Southern New Indian Tribe.
James Rosenblum, Research Professor at Colorado School of Mines.
Hope Dalton, Director of this consortium.
Hey, thanks. Mark Hefto, with Chevron. I'm also representing the industry.
I'm Michelina Pollock. I am with the Energy Council and I'm representing industry in the San Juan Basin.
Kevin Chen, I represent a nonprofit, Save the Aurora Reservoir.
Good morning, Jacob Smith. I think I'm in the local government seat with a coalition called Colorado Communities for Climate Action, CC4CA. It's a coalition of 42 communities and counties around the state. I'm also a former mayor, and I think I should.
Good morning, everyone. Aaron Ray, Assistant Director for Energy in the Department of Natural Resources.
Good morning, Sean Strode, City Councilor for the City of Rifle, elected official for Western Colorado.
Morning, Joe Ryan, University of Colorado Boulder, representing academia.
Good morning. I'm Mike Freeman with Earth Justice, and I'm in one of the conservation community seats.
Good morning, Barbara Vasquez from Jackson County. I represent Western Colorado Alliance, a grassroots organization based in Grand Junction.
Good morning, Tricia Pfeiffer, US EPA Region 8.
Chloe Danforth, Environmental Defense Fund. I think that's all I need. Good morning, Jolie Bronner. Pronouns are she and hers. I represent the Alliance for Collective Action in Denver, and I am in one of the environmental justice or conservation appointed seats.
Good morning. I'm Pete McMahon. I'm a geochemist and I'm representing the U.S. Geological Survey.
Good morning, Grant Tupper with Select Water Solutions, and I'm in one of the experience and expertise seats in produced water.
Harmony Cummings with the Greenhouse Connection Center, representing an environmental seat.
Good morning, Doug White, NGL Water Solutions. I'm representing the produced water expert and experience seat.
Good morning. I'm Brandy Honeycutt. I'm representing the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment.
Morning, Emma Pinter, Adams County Commissioner, local government seat.
Good morning, Kyle Davenport, Assistant Attorney General, representing you. Not yet.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you, everyone, and thank you again for being here. I am gonna kick the microphone over to Hope Dalton, who's the new director of the Colorado Produced Water Consortium. And so welcome, Hope, and congratulations on being the inaugural director of the consortium. So a big round of applause for Hope.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Commissioner Messner, and thank you to all of you for giving your time to this very important consortium. I look forward to a fantastic day and a really great year full of a lot of deadlines. So that bill, if you haven't read it, man, definitely take a look at House Bill 23-1242. It's got a bunch of deadlines. So I did introduce myself, Hope Dalton, at our September 15th meeting, but I didn't get to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'd like to take the opportunity right now to give you a little bit of my background. So I started my professional career at the U.S. Geological Survey as a physical scientist studying coal bed methane, and coal combustion products. Then I went to drinking water treatment at the city of Golden. And then I started the water program at Tri-County Health Department that serves Adams, Arapahoe, and Douglas counties. They're no longer here because each of the counties created their own health department. In the water program, I did land use, I did water planning, I did regulations, and I was part of the the creation of an MOU to do work in the Niobrara at that point. Then I moved on to wastewater treatment and they've changed their names now, but at Metro Wastewater treatment and at Littleton Inglewood wastewater treatment. After that, I went to the Colorado Department of Public Safety, where I built up several advisory committees. And now I am honored to be here with the Colorado Produced Water Consortium. So thank you. Now a little housekeeping. So all of you should have seen the morning snack, which is right outside this door in our kitchen. Also in the kitchen is water and it's in the refrigerator. So help yourself to any of the drinks that are there as well as the snacks. Bathrooms. Many of you have found the bathrooms, but if you haven't yet, you can go straight out this door that says exit and all the way to the end of the hall on the right. If you need to make a call or step out for any reason, I mean, it happens, we all have lives. We have offices, they're labeled hotel offices 17, 18, and 19 have been reserved and you'll have a door. So that's straight out this door. We have public Wi-Fi and the password, I would say it, but it's like a bunch of letters and a bunch of numbers and a bunch of symbols. So if you need access to public Wi-Fi, I can give you the password for that. Okay, how many people parked in the parking garage? Okay, good. If you've never been there before, there are 2 exit stalls. You must exit through the left stall in order to pay with your credit card. The right stall is just for monthly pass holders. You'll want to save your receipt for reimbursement. That brings us to reimbursement and per diem. So if you would like reimbursement for any of the travel expenses that you've had today, keep your receipts. Meals and incidental expenses can be paid as a per diem or by receipt. No alcoholic beverages will be reimbursed. So House Bill 23-1242 also allows for every member to be paid $50 for meeting attendance. We haven't yet paid for the September 15th meeting attendance or today's. A select few of us qualify for an additional $150 payment. So that would be a total of $200 per meeting attendance. And I'll be sending out another form, so sorry, but I'll be sending out another form attesting whether you would like that extra $150 reimbursement. In order to get any reimbursements, I do need your W-9s. And during a break, we can fill out W-9s so that because it'll take 3 days to process. And so I want to get these reimbursements out as quickly as possible. Lunch will be served and it'll be outside in the kitchen where the breakfast snack is, and there'll also be afternoon snacks. And for lunch, you can stay here. It's okay, we're going to break for lunch. Okay, we'll break for lunch, and there's also conference rooms that we can gather in and get a different view of the city, or we can go downstairs. There's a little courtyard if you need some fresh air. Microphones, I think we kind of covered that. If it's red, that means it's on, and be nice to your neighbors. If they don't have a microphone, lean it over to them, or just help everybody be heard for the people online. And if you remember, state your name when you speak so that the people online will know who's speaking. And I think, in the event of an emergency, we'll use the stairs, which are right outside this exit door, and we'll meet across the street at Colorado History Museum. Okay, I think that's all I had. Let's have a wonderful day, Commissioner Messner.
Thanks, Hope. Any questions before we keep moving forward? Great. So next on our agenda is to enter in an executive session. And I'm going to pass it over to Kyle to introduce the executive session, and then I'll encourage a motion to enter executive session.
Thanks, Chair. Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see you all in person. Before I read my little script about executive session, I just want to note the reason I was counting is because executive session is under open meetings law is kind of a special motion in the sense that the statute requires a 2/3 affirmative vote of the entire membership to go into executive session. That's unlike most of the other things you will do that will only require majority approval of a motion of the members in attendance at that meeting. So we're fine on executive session, but that's why I was counting heads this morning, is to make sure we had at least 2/3 of the entire membership of the consortium. You may have noticed, if you saw the agenda online, there's a little bit of information about what the executive session is today. The consortium is going into executive session in a minute to receive the information, legal advice, and analysis as authorized by Colorado Open Meetings Law on Colorado Open Meetings Law and potentially ethics requirements, as well as any other questions you may have about the presentation that I gave you last week. And with that, we now need a motion, and I'll encourage it to go into executive session.
We've got a motion and a second to enter executive session. And for the public, what executive session means is that we will stop the video and stop recording the public facing meeting associated with the consortium. And then we will move into executive session, and then we will return back to the public facing meeting as soon as we conclude the executive session. So with that, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Is there any opposed? We are. So we are now in executive session. Jenny, whatever we need to do to.
Yeah, just give me a second and we're going to switch over. So it'll be a couple minutes.
Okay.